Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to have a little chit chat, get ready with me, and kind of talk to you guys a little bit of products that I've been trying recently and what I think about them. So if you're interested, keep on watching. As always, I kindly want to remind you guys that if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe before you leave if you like the content, and also give it a thumbs up if you guys like videos like this. And if you've already been subscribed, thank you guys so much. Without further ado, let's get ready. Okay guys, so I've already applied a little bit of serum. I applied the Quench by Farsali. Hold on. I'm pretty sure you guys know which one I mean, but I used the Farsali Quench to kind of prep my skin, but I do feel it's still a little bit on the dry side. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face. Honestly, I started using this because everybody talks about it. Most of the beauty influencers rave about this product, and I want to say the first thing that was like, what to me, was that it's a plastic container. I mean, I can see why, you know, kind of to be on the safe side. But at the same time, I was like, okay, this base is not inexpensive. It is an expensive primer. So, oh, mind me doing all the noise, taking out a brush. So, it is expensive, and honestly, I'm still testing it out. But I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I like it 100% or what is it that I don't like about it. It doesn't do much other than moisturize. But I don't feel like it fills in my pores or anything like that. So if you're looking for something that blurs your pores or something, I don't think this would be it. It is, like I said, very hydrating, but other than that, I don't feel like it does anything special to the makeup application. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you really want to spend that much in a moisturizer, because that's the way I see it. Like, I don't feel it says here in the package that is all-in-one primer plus moisturizer, hydrates, softens, and smooths the skin. The nourishing formula with a vitamin blend of vitamins B, C, and E makes a perfect base for a flawless makeup application. With daily use, makes skin look and feel its best. So like I said, I don't feel like it smooths and softens. I just feel like it's a good, like, primer. I feel primed, you know. But like I said, everybody is pretty much free to try whatever they like, and I've been really trying to see what all the fuss was about with that. Before we move on, I want to apply a little bit of the Chanel Hydra Beauty lip mask, and I really like this stuff. I like to apply this when I'm starting to do my makeup, and I really like it. I feel like, I don't know if it's something out of this world that you guys must get, because in the time that I have been doing my makeup, I have tried a lot of lip balms. I'm mostly into lip balms all the time, so I've always tried new lip balms and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's something that you guys definitely need, but it's a good lip balm, you know. I got it as a gift, so I'm taking full advantage of it. But I don't know if it's like, oh my god, you need to get it, you know, go get it right now. Like, I don't know if it's that type of product, but definitely, you know, if you want to try it, I mean, you can try it, you know. So while the face settles in, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows. And I had been using for a while, I had been using the Benefit Browsings. I seem to have like misplaced mine because I can't find it nowhere. So I went back to using the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Gel. I had been using this for quite some time now, and I had really liked it. But the only thing I didn't like about it that I remember now is that it can become like too much. If you are not cautious applying it, it can look a little harsh. So definitely go in with caution, because if not, like, your brows will look very bold. It has happened to me in the past. I'm guilty of that too, you know. So I'm just gonna start filling in my brows. Sorry, I'm trying to like adjust myself here. I've been starting from the tail, which is super odd to me. I used to always start from here, but now I tend to start in the tail. And here I like to give like really light strokes. You guys will see, like, I don't go so much in the front, more or less in the outer portion of the brow. And for some reason my brows still look different. I don't know what it is. I've already carved them out and stuff, and I still have that issue. So that just tells you guys that, you know, no matter how long a person has been doing their makeup, I feel like with makeup you can't really say like, oh, I got to the finish line, because there's always new things that you can learn and new trends, and things are advancing so fast nowadays that, you know, it's a little hard to catch up for oldies like me, because sometimes we get stuck in, well, I get stuck in like trends from the past, and sometimes because those trends work for me, I'm like, I don't want to let go of that. But it's good to also innovate and just, you know, look forward. So I'm trying to show you guys as best as I can. I know the angle's not the best, but it's really, really hard for me to show like brows, because everybody does them different and everybody has their ways and techniques that work for them. This is just kind of like the way that works for me. And I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but like, I always feel that one of my brows is thicker than the other one. I don't know. And then I fix them with a little bit of concealer, but at the beginning when I sketch them out, they do not look alike. Like, they look like cousins or something. But I've been struggling a lot with my brows lately. I haven't been like tweezing them or anything. I've just been basically letting them go, because you see how I over applied product there? So it's really easy to go super bold. That's why I'm saying, like, this product, it's a good product, but you do have to like take your time with this, because it can look a little bit harsh, especially if like you don't have a lot of experience doing your brows and stuff like that, which I mean, I always say, like, you never are too experienced on doing brows. Brows to me are like the hardest thing to do in a makeup routine. Like, there's such a headache. I hate doing brows, and if I could have one thing in this world, I wish I would have like full brows. That way I don't have to fill them in. You know, this one's getting a little crazy over here. I'm telling you guys, brows have not been it for me. I've been struggling so much with brows lately. And then it gets to a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna touch them anymore, because it just gets a little too much. Okay, this is the point where I call the quits on my brows, and I'm just gonna leave them like this, because like I said, brows have just been a little too much for me lately, and I just get a little annoyed with them, and I'm like, okay, I cannot keep trying to fix these brows, because they're never gonna be fixed. So I'm gonna move on to priming my lids. If I can I can find my concealer. I honestly have been priming with concealer now, because I don't know what happened to my paint pot. It's not old, so I definitely don't know what's going on with my paint pot, but my paint pot became so dry, guys, and I don't even know why, because like I said, it's not an old paint pot, but it became super dry, and I just completely given up on her. I'm like, okay, girl, take a walk. So I've been priming with the e.l.f. Hydra Camo Concealer. I just love to prime it with this. It is so easy. I've been loving e.l.f. I don't know if you guys have been catching up with all the elf releases, but definitely I have been loving every single product that they come up with. I find that the elf Camo Concealer is one of my favorite concealers, not only because it leaves my face flawless, but it is so good to my skin. Like my under eyes, I'm gonna tell you, when you guys have dry skin, not every concealer likes your skin. So definitely been super grateful that this concealer has been loving my skin, because if not, I'd probably go crazy, you know. So yeah, I just been really liking this concealer. I was gonna use the new BFF palette, but I think I'm gonna go with something simple. So I'm gonna go in with the VisArt palette, and this one is the neutral matte palette. I always wanted to try these palettes, guys. I don't know, I used to think it was like a kind of like a gimmick to many things, but no, when I tried these, I was like, oh my god, this is everything. Like, they're so pretty. The shadows blend so much, and when you're more into like simple makeup, like everyday easy stuff like me, you tend to like palettes like this. This would be considered like a boring palette to like people who are a little bit more adventurous with eyeshadow. I don't, just because I don't have a lot of time, so I try to keep it easy peasy. And most of the times I'm only wearing one eyeshadow, and as you guys can tell, this one is my favorite right here. I love that one. It's like a peachy beigey kind of eyeshadow. I don't even know how to describe her, but she's really cute. I totally forgot like my little tapes. I've been using tape to kind of like make my eyeshadow a little bit more symmetrical, but I totally forgot today. What's new, right? And yeah, this palette was always in my wish list. It was always the palette that I wanted to get in my collection, but I never did, because if you are familiar with the makeup like world, this palette, I believe it was close to $100, or it was over $100, something like that. That's what always turned me off about it. I had it in my cart so many times in Sephora, and I would take it out because I was like, I'm not about to pay $100 for a palette. But BoxyCharm had a pop-up event, I believe in December, and I picked it up. They had this one, and they had another kind of bluish one. I'm gonna go in with this little tone right here, and I picked both of them up because they were $12. I was about to freaking die. I was like, $12? I never expected this palette to be $12. And yeah, they were $12 in BoxyCharm pop-up. That's why I can't, like, I keep telling my husband, there's a lot of times, speaking of BoxyCharm, that I've been wanting to cancel my BoxyCharm. There's a lot of times where I've been really disappointed in my boxes. But products like this just make me say like, no girl, you gotta keep BoxyCharm, because pop-up products are so good. I've gotten so many good things there. Like the First Olive drops, I got them there. I believe they cost me like $6. So I was like, oh my god, I cannot cancel my, and that's it. That's gonna be it for the eyes. So that's the reason I can't cancel my BoxyCharm. Moving on, I'm gonna leave the lashes till the end, but I'm gonna move into my face. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this foundation, guys, is my favorite. Also gonna be using the e.l.f. sponge. This is like the Magic Duo and the Camo Concealer. Holy grails, holy grails of all times. This foundation is just amazing. I want you guys to take a really close look at my face right now, and then take a look at my face after I apply this foundation. So I do about half a pump because it does have a lot of coverage. Okay, so I did half of my face just so you guys can see the coverage. It's a perfect match for me. By the way, I use the shade 240 Warm. I'm speechless. So this foundation is $14. Totally out of this world. I had never really been like a CC girl kind of girl because I don't know. I tried the It Cosmetics before and I really did not like it. I thought it would make my skin look older than I actually was. And mind you guys, when I tried the It Cosmetics one, I believe I was like around 25 years old. Right now I'm a little bit older than that, and a little bit. Girl, I'm a lot of bit older than 25, but you know what? I didn't like that foundation. I didn't like the CC creams. I never really was like a CC cream kind of girl. I've always just liked foundation, you know? And so when I heard this, I first of all, I thought this is probably one of those gimmicky products. Like I don't even think it's gonna have that much coverage, because everybody was saying like it was full coverage, blah blah blah. And I was like, that's insane for $14. That is totally insane. That cannot be true. But I'm over here getting like my freaking socks blown off, and I'm like, okay, Miss Thing, like, okay. I was fucking shook the first time I tried it, because, you know, I have like my little marks now. I'm a little bit older, I mean younger, and so yeah, like definitely you could definitely see some texture in my skin. My skin is not perfect. Nobody's skin is perfect, but this foundation just makes my skin like blurred. Like it just looks amazing on me. I was like, oh, okay, man. So now I'm gonna put in the concealer, and this concealer has a lot of coverage as well. It is a hydrating one, but don't worry, if you're oily, they do have a matte one. I believe it's like $8. Has a lot of product in there. I think I've had this product for a long time, not like more than a year though. But yeah, it definitely can go a very long way, and I just love the finish that it has. It is brightening, it is just hydrating, doesn't make my under eye look like old or anything or dry. No matter what product I set it with, I feel like this concealer is just really, really nice. And I do go in a couple of times to just blend it out really good, because like I said, it is a really high coverage. So you do need to go in there and blend it out nicely. And so yeah, like I just really like it and enjoy it. They have a lot of shades, and what I like the most is that it is very affordable. That's like my number one thing. I still have not found a product powder that I love with that one. I'm still kind of testing things out, but for today I'm gonna set it with the Wet n Wild loose face powder. And I do leave it on a little bit, especially because it is a hydrating one. I do set it a little bit more than I would. I don't know, like sometimes I don't really like to leave it on too long. Sometimes I just set it with the sponge like this, and then I just go back in and sweep the excess off. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling that day. And I know that a lot of people don't like to bake anymore. There's a lot of people that don't bake anymore. But like I said, I'm more like a feeling kind of girl. Like if I'm feeling the vibe, I would set, you know. I don't really care if people are still doing it or not. Like I just kind of tend to go more with like what goes with my skin and what works for me. So yeah, I get whatever's left on the little lid or whatever, and I just pounce it on my skin. And like I said, I don't bake for too long, but I definitely leave it there enough so that it can do something to my under eyes and set really nicely. And you guys can tell this is like one of my favorite products because look at how much product I have left. I'm dying though for this product to like just finish because I do have a lot of other powders that I want to try and give them a chance. But I'm stuck on this one for like, I've been stuck on this for a long time. But if I shake it really good, that's about how much it has left. Like it's not a lot. Like this kind of botecito is kind of hard to see, but it's not a lot of product. Like if I go around, you see in some areas it has very little, in some areas it has a little bit more, but definitely has been a powder that I do recommend. And it is super affordable because it is from the drugstore. Speaking of affordable and things like that, for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the butter bronzer. I had not tried their bronzers. I don't know why. I love their highlighter formula, but the bronzer, I had not tried it. And my best friend actually put me into this bronzer. First of all, Physicians Formula bronzers or highlighters or the blushes, they smell gorgeous, okay? But when I tried this bronzer, I've been really hooked on it. For days where like, I just want to quick pick me up. Look at that. It is so good. Like, I don't know. I just love this bronzer. I feel like I've invested my life finding like the perfect bronzer for me because I don't like them too red, but I don't like them too gray tone either. I'm just kind of like in the middle. I like them with a little bit of color, but a little bit of grayness so it can look nice and natural. I don't like it to look too orange, you know. But finding the perfect bronzer, sometimes it's a little hard. And I find that this one doesn't wear off as easy as other bronzers that I have. I have like several ones, you know, like sometimes I feel like the Hoola one kind of wears off on me quickly. I don't know if it's just me or the products I apply on top, but that's just my personal experience. So for blush, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my favorite blush, and this one is from e.l.f. as well. I promise this is not an e.l.f. video, but I'm just kind of sharing with you guys like my favorite products and stuff, products that I've just been into like recently. And this one's one of them. This is a Putty blush in the shade, oh, what is the shade? Caicos, Turks and Caicos. Sorry guys. So this one has been kind of like my holy grail, and I like to apply it with the little putty applicator, the little brush that they sell. This one's more for like the putty primer, but I like to apply the blush with this. It is a really beautiful blush, and it sets, it's kind of like a putty, but it sets to a powder formula, so I love it. I think it looks so stunning. It is so pretty. I've been super into blush lately, and I still haven't gotten the Selena Beauty ones, the Rare Beauty ones, but I'm definitely gonna try those out because everybody raves about them. Everybody. Okay, now for lashes, I'm just gonna curl my lashes. I'll do my lip last. And I'm gonna go in with the Chanel Le Volume Stretch the Chanel mascara in black. I really love this mascara, as you guys might know, but if you're new, you probably don't know this, but I don't have a lot of lashes. Reason being, because when I was a teenager, I used to get lash extensions like every week, so I pretty much like kind of messed up my own lashes. But so far, out of all the mascaras that I've tried, this is like the only one that actually does something for my lashes. It's like a slight little something. Don't think that I get like crazy volume. But for me, that I'm used to seeing me with like no volume at all, okay, Mustang, like it's definitely doing something for me. So yeah, it just definitely does something for me. I feel like I would even rock this without lashes, but today I have some special lashes to try. So I'm like, okay, girl, hold up. On today are from the brand Ioni. They are the 3D Faux Mink lashes. These are handmade, and these are in the style Natural Light Wispy. This is what they look like. They look super natural and tiny. You honestly would say and think that I wouldn't like these lashes because they're a little tiny, you know, for my taste. But when I applied them, I definitely have been loving and super into like the more natural kind of looks. So I really like the way these looked the other day. So I've been wearing these. I've been wearing these like crazy. Oh my god, trying to tear glue with nails is the hardest shit everybody has to do. And I have a little lash applicator that my best friend gave me, but I don't know where it is, girl. I lose that thing like if it was hair clips. I lose them all the time. So I'm just gonna let this get a little tacky. But yeah, these lashes are everything. I've honestly been loving them so much. I'm gonna get a little close. They don't look like, honestly, I feel like they don't look like you're wearing falsies, but they're super comfortable to wear. I really like them, and not to mention they're super affordable. They're only $1. So if you guys have a Dollar Tree close to you, or if you have somebody that goes, I would definitely keep my eyes out for these. I also love the pink ones that I used in one of my reels. Let me show you guys what those look like. But those are also my favorite. These are more like cargado looks, and as you guys can tell, these are a little bit more like day wear. Like these are more natural and these are a little bit more extreme, but still my favorite. Like I cannot rave about these enough. And yeah, I really like them. They're super comfortable also to wear. Like I haven't had any complaints, and when you touch them, they feel super soft to the touch. So if you guys see these and you are lash lovers, I would definitely give these a try. Okay, now for lips, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys one of my favorite lips that I have had. My husband gave me this for Valentine's, and I honestly have been loving this. This is the Chanel Rouge Allure Lac, which means Ultra Wear Shine Liquid Lip Color. But these are not liquid lipsticks that dry like what's it called? They don't dry like matte. It's kind of like a glossy, which I love because my lips have been suffering a lot recently from like liquid lipsticks. This one is in the shade Still, and look at this. It is like the most natural looking lipstick ever. So pretty, so comfortable in the lips. And they're honestly super long lasting. Like I'm not even trying to like toot anybody's horn, but like they're super long lasting. I really like wearing these, especially when you're wearing a mask. Masks have been my nightmare since everything started with the pandemic. I hate masks. For some reason they aggravate my skin even more, so I'm like, ugh, you know, I've honestly learned to hate masks so much because they have just made my skin worse. Like, it's just been irritated to the fourth power. So I hate them. I literally hate them. And I know I'm not the only one, and I am doing my part. I want you guys to know that I am doing my part in wearing one, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere without my mask. Not to mention I really don't go anywhere, right? But yeah, I just feel that my skin lately has been really under a lot of pressure with the masks, and I don't use cotton ones. I've already tried the mulberry silk, but unfortunately, due to like COVID cases were rising for some time where I am from, I had to wear the N95 ones, and those seem to be doing a little bit better than the other ones, but it still aggravates me. Like, I think it's just the fact that my skin doesn't like to have the covering, and then I'm like breathing on it. Last thing I'm gonna do before I say goodbye is show you guys that I set my brows with the this is a Brow Boss gel from ColourPop. I really like this on days where I don't want like my brows to be like freaking stiff. I feel like the Anastasia one is really good in keeping my hairs like out of where they don't have to be, but sometimes they can get a little stiff, and I don't like that feeling at all. So these have been my recent go-tos, and let me go fix my hair and I'll be right back to say okay guys. So I already finished doing my hair, and this is the finished product. I hope you guys liked it. It's a very simple kind of look, but I just honestly wanted to talk to you guys about products that I've been recently liking, seeing out there, trying, and you know, I've always tried to keep trying these products that I see that are trending. So if you guys have any products that you would like me to try, don't forget to leave them down below. And also, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.